Do you guys ever just hop around in the hub and don't feel like farming, or you get bored, or you just go on YouTube and play a different game? Well, the nice thing about Trove is that there's an endless amount of things that you can do, even as an endgame player. Starting things off, you can focus on a goal, like power rank, mastery, reach to a certain goal. Once you can't go further, so like if you went with powering, for example, you can come back to it and just pick a different goal. Setting a big goal is a good thing to do, but it's gonna feel very demotivating if you can't do it, if you spend hours, days, even months trying to reach it. So that's why I recommend making smaller goals, and you can just complete those goals. Think of it as like a little side mission that helps you get one step further to reaching your end goal. Another thing you can focus on is gardening. You'll have to do it at some point for the badge, and you may as well start while you can. Have gardening guides if you need it, and if you didn't know, it's a pretty good way to make flux. I remember farming moonlight bulbs for people back in the day, so I made some flux that way. You can also just harvest all of your plants, sell those resources if you want to, or you can just focus the badge. You're gonna have to do the badge at some point if you want to go for mastery, and even if you don't want to go for mastery, you want to reach 500 Trove mastery just so you can get the damage portion. So you can consider doing gardening, or you can find a different alternative. And that brings me to my next one, which is Geode, which is a complete alternative. It's kind of like playing a different game entirely, but if you don't start it, you're gonna miss out on your potential light. And if you don't know what light is, you basically need it to do more damage, and that damage is going to be for delves, U11 farming. It doesn't work in like adventure worlds, like if you go to U2 or U1. U is Uber, or like the novice world, so you have to be either in a delve, a geode topside biome, or the new U11 biomes. I don't know if the U10s follow that same rule, but basically you're gonna end up going to these high adventure worlds and you're gonna need light. So it's good to do this geode mastery stuff because each level will get you 10 light, and that's going to be up to level 100 for Geode. Also, it's just like another thing that you can complete, so you can make it as one of your side goals. Another thing you can do is level up your classes. Add a few different XP guides if you feel like you're stuck. You can easily level up a class a day, even more in one day if you really wanted to, but you can just go at your own pace and make any type of progress. And any type of progress, you'll feel accomplished in some way. When you play Trove, you want to feel like you actually did something. Sometimes it's going to feel super unrewarding, like farming mementos, farming permatorches. It'll feel like a setback, but every game kind of has this, and you just have to find ways to overcome them. I remember trying to farm mementos back in the day, and there was this one called Corners of Cthulhu. If you know, you know. And I spent months trying to farm this thing, and I just made no progress at all. And I could have been farming other things. I could have been doing gem boxes for power rank. I could have been making flux, but instead I was just stuck in delves doing that one thing. And if you feel like you're not making progress at all, just change things up. You don't have to farm that thing. Just come back to it later. And who knows, maybe someone in your club chats might be doing the same exact thing, and you can just join them, or you can make friends along the way. Anything really works as long as you're farming them and it doesn't make you too burnt out from playing Trove. Because if you get too burnt out, you're not going to want to play Trove. You're going to play a different game. You're going to take a year-long break. You probably don't want to do that. So just farm at your own pace and farm things that you would want to farm. Now this next one's a little bit underrated, but you can focus on clubs. You can either make a club, help a friend with a club, or even farm clue bits or level up a club. It's a pretty good way to make flux, especially if you use alt accounts. You can farm all of those clue bits on your main account and your alt accounts, and you can donate them all at once, assuming someone pays you to do that. Just be aware of scams, because you want to make sure you're doing this with someone you trust. And if something seems suspicious to you guys, make sure you just walk away from it. And if you are a scammer, just don't do it. Simple as that. Even if you get this extra little bit of flux, like, cool, is it really gonna help you in the later run? No, and you're just gonna feel like a horrible person. And if you don't feel like a horrible person, then you are a horrible person. So don't scam. Scamming is bad. But yeah, apart from the clue bit stuff, you can level up clubs, you can help people level up clubs, you can get your adventure quests done, which will get you adventurine, and that adventurine can get you some mastery points. And there's a couple of dragons, and dragons are pretty good. They're helpful. They give you power rank, and they give you permanent boosts. So there's really no reason not to do that. And I guess this video is kind of like a flux guide in a way, not like an in-depth flux guide, but you can make some flux doing all of this as well. And apart from all of that, let's not forget the building. I've seen some incredible builds in this game, and I'm sure most of you guys are talented enough to create something cool. More talented than me. I can't really build anything. If you've seen my cornerstone, then you know how terrible I am at building. But if you suck at building like I do, then you know that's cool too. It's not for everyone. There's a whole bunch of things to do in Trove, and that's what I'm here to tell you about. Next thing, we got badges. Now, most people don't really pay attention to this because you kind of just complete them without really trying. There's badges for so many things, and it's nice because it also gives you some qubits. Not a lot, but at least it's something. And let's not forget the free permatorch you get at 250 Levi's completed. That one's pretty handy. But at some point, you're going to open up boxes, you're going to do dungeons, you're you're gonna randomly complete your badge. You're not gonna really realize it. It's something that you could work towards. There's the fishing stuff, there's, I don't know, dungeons, there's leviathans, there's rampages. Some of them will take you a long time to complete, but you can just set that as one of your goals, and you can have more than one goal, so that's the cool thing about this game. Another thing that you can do is just help a new player. Now, how many of you guys actually went to a novice world or the hub and you saw someone with very low mastery and PR, and they're with like a slow Sebastian or something like that? Odds are that they might not know how to use the chat feature. I know I didn't for a while when I was first starting out, but there's a lot of people that are in the early/mid game phase that would love some help. And if they don't want any help, then, you know, that's alright too. Can't really force it. There's plenty of people in this game though that I'm sure you'll find someone to help. I always find it fun giving people an unexpected Gonda. It's like something that they work towards getting. Not really work towards getting, but it's like one of their end goals. Like at some point they're gonna get this mastery item, this mount, this cool little chicken, kind of a big chicken, like a medium chicken, and out of nowhere just some random guy decides to give it to you. It's always fun seeing people's reaction, because odds are that, you know, it might have taken them a long time to get this one thing, and they just get it just from someone giving it to them. I know some people just like to farm things on their own, but always nice to receive gifts every now and then. And let's not get this confused with beggars. If you're begging for resources, mastery items, anything to get you up there, just don't do that. Odds are, if you're begging for resources, you're not gonna make it too far in this game, because there's a lot of things to farm for, and you have to farm things on your own. And if you can't do that, then you won't really make it too far in this game, and you'll end up quitting, and then all that time, I guess, I don't know, maybe this game was fun for you, then you switch to a different game. You could have used all that time for another game. But when you're playing Trove, you have to really think about if this game is worth it for you. I know I usually give out resources, mounts, mastery items, random stuff like that, usually out to people. But if people are asking me for them, I usually won't give it to them. I just like, you know, doing the unexpected type thing. But if you see someone that needs a certain resource and it doesn't seem like they're begging for it, then, you know, maybe you can help them out. Seems like a cool thing to do. But if they keep asking for it, then, you know, you gotta, you know, draw the line here somewhere. Another thing to do in Trove is make use of whatever day it is. Fridays are pretty cool because you can farm your dragon coins and your fragments. There's a whole bunch of dragons to go for, and there's a lot to do on Friday. And every hour, you got your hourly coin challenges or biome challenge. Sometimes it's a rampage, but you can really take advantage of that, especially if it's with patron. And even if you don't have the dragon coins, you can just get the fragments, get the resources, and then you'll be able to craft that dragon once you get the coins. Because it's also kind of annoying having the dragon coins and not being able to craft the dragon because you're missing stuff. So try to get all the stuff that you can, and then you can get your dragon coins passively with your tome or with your daily challenges and stuff like that. There's your Saturdays, which is great for XP. If you plan on doing U10 ships, or if you just casually farm, you can make use of your Saturday and just get a little bit more XP than you usually would. I say a little, it's kind of a lot, especially with double XP potions and all that jazz. I have XP guides, so be on the lookout for that if you need help. Wednesdays are pretty fun because it's good for gems. You want to build your power rank, then you want to look out for the Wednesdays because you can get gem boxes, you can get reduction on your gems for upgrading them, that is. And overall it's pretty nice because it'll help you get one step closer towards your goal, whether that's your main big one or just small goals along the way. And lastly, I just want to mention, just have fun with Trove. If you force yourself to play, then you're most likely just going to get burnt out, take a year break, then come back. There's gonna be so much more content, and you're gonna feel even more unmotivated to play the game because there's just way too much and you feel like you can't catch up. But I believe that you guys can make it to the top in this game, whether that's mastery, power rank, helping the community, clubs, or even if you just want to farm all the bleach bones that you can, or I don't know, sunlight bulbs, whatever it may be. And you know, if I can do it, you guys can do it, because I'm not really that skillful in many games. I'd say I'm maybe just average, maybe a little bit above average in certain games. Although if you guys need help with Overwatch, feel free to hit me up. I can do coaching sessions with you guys, let you know what you're doing wrong, because I have made it to the top in Overwatch. You know, I've been playing that game for a while. I kind of know what I'm doing, so if you need help with a certain role, certain character, I can help you on Overwatch. Rocket League, I'm like, I don't know, I just say I'm average at best at that game. And then we got Trove, I'm, you know, obviously here. I try to limit the amount of games I play as well. I figured that, you know, if I play a single player game, like, it'll be short-term happiness versus long-term happiness. So I'm gonna run out of things to do in the single player game. So I kind of just removed all of those games out of my computer, basically. I mainly just play competitive games, you know, casual games like Trove, but, you know, Trove has stuff that you can get rank 1 in, so there's always that. I play Osu, that's pretty fun too. It's a nice casual game to go back to. And there's a ranking system, so that's pretty fun. But anyway, I'm going a little bit off topic here. So I gave a bunch of examples of what you can do in Trove. You don't have to do exactly what I said, but there are so many things to do in this game, and you can do just about anything. So farm as you will, just don't spend 20 hours a day playing this game with like 4 hours of sleep. Probably not the healthiest thing. And if you farm so much, you're just gonna get burnt out and move on to a different game for a little bit. So like I said, just set small goals, have like a big goal in mind. I never wanted to get rank 1 mastery or powering, but as I was getting closer with the little goals I was hitting, at some point I was like, okay, I may as well just farm everything mastery wise, and then for mastery I can go to power rank. Because if I had the main goal of just getting rank 1 in everything, then I'd probably just get burnt out, move to a different game. I probably would have played Genshin, destroyed my wallet, and get every single character in that game, which seems like a possibility if I played that game continuously. But I'm glad I dropped that game because I don't want to go back to it. Anyway, hopefully I gave you guys an idea of what to do in Trove. And if I didn't, then, you know, maybe at least one person did. So hopefully I helped one of you. Hope you guys are having a happy holiday. And thank you all so much for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing. I will talk to you all later.